Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best clicky mechanical switches.
Starting at number 5.
Kalespeed Bronze. For gaming, we recommend Kalespeed Bronze switches. As their name suggests, these switches are all about reaction speed. They're lightweight and have a very short pre-travel distance, but you still get strong tactile feedback on actuation and a surprisingly clean clicking sound. These switches are well suited for fast-paced or competitive games when input speed is crucial. A short pre-travel means comparatively longer reset travel, so a faster initial reaction speed comes at the price of repeated input speed. This can be an issue if you play FPS games heavily reliant on tap strafing, for example. These switches are a great choice for any clicky enthusiast gamer as they provide excellent latency performance that many clicky switches lack, coupled with light actuation and reasonable smoothness from the factory that you can upgrade yourself with a bit of home lubing. Note that these switches typically aren't available from major retailers, but you can get them directly from Kailh's website here.
Coming at number 4.
Outemu Blue. If you're working on a cheaper build and looking for the best clicky option, we recommend Outemu Blue switches. These switches may be around the same price as our budget pick from some major online retailers like Amazon, but you can often find them cheaper from smaller retailers, like Switch Captain here. These switches have a more affordable and mechanically simple click jacket design, producing their signature sound only on the downstroke. They're also loud, even compared to most clicky options. However, these are among the lightest actuating clicky switches available, so they're a great pick if you're more a fan of the sound profile rather than the heavier feel of most clicky switches. However, their comparatively simple design means they're less durable and stable feeling than a premium box switch like our best pick, the LBox Jade. Some enthusiasts find these switches also feel fairly scratchy and produce a slight rattling sound. These switches offer reasonable smoothness, good tactility, and an ultra-lightweight feel at a price that's difficult to match compared to other clicky options, making them a solid entry-level choice.
At number 3.
LBox White V2. For a more affordable typing alternative, we recommend LBox White V2 switches, which have a crisp, stable actuation and are much admired for their tactile feedback. They're also significantly lighter than many clicky switches and have an unusually long and responsive return spring, so they're a great choice if you love a click bar sound profile but are concerned about the heavier feel many clicky switches are known for. Due to their more budget price point, you may find the actuation feel less consistent between switches compared to higher-priced options on this list. These switches come pre-lubed from the factory, so they're also a great pick right out of the box if you aren't interested in opening and lubing your switches yourself.
Number 2 of my list.
Kale White LBox. While the box Jade above is our all-around best pick for typing, gaming, or just browsing, if you're looking for a clicky switch exclusively for typing, we recommend the Kale White LBox. These switches can be a little difficult to track down from online retailers, but you can find them directly from Kailh's website here. These switches have the same box design that features a click bar as the LBox Jade switches above. They aren't quite as loud, and the sound they produce isn't as deep, but they carry a pleasant ticking sound when you get typing at a steady pace. These switches are not only quieter than the box Jades but are noticeably lighter to actuate, and their spring tension provides a much more immediate force drop once you've passed the tactile bump. This makes these switches a favorite among typists, as once you get a feel for these switches, you can more comfortably avoid bottoming out on each key press.
And number 1.
LBox Jade. Keyboard switch preferences are extremely subjective, but we recommend the LBox Jade as the best clicky switch for most people. These switches feel snappy and tactile, and their click bar design produces a loud, resonant sound signature click on both the downstroke and upstroke that's widely loved among clicky enthusiasts. Like all box design switches, these switches are also dustproof and a bit more resilient to minor spills, lending them impressive long-term durability compared to non-box designs. While some prefer the sound and feel of these switches stock, you can lube them yourself to dampen some of the harsher, metallic pinging notes that some like to minimize. Also, note that these switches are a bit on the heavier side. They're a bit heavier than the Kale White LBox switches, which are a recommendation for the best typing click switches below, so keep that in mind if you use your keyboard for long stretches, as your fingers may tire out. On the other hand, if you're looking for an even heavier, more tactile, and crunchy sounding alternative with the same box design, check out the LBox Thick Clicky Navy switches instead.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.